Now, before I can actually make any kind of podcast episode for you guys, I want to explain one thing. Have you guys heard about Anchor? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain how. One, it's free. Two, there's just many tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. And it'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other things like iTunes and such. You can make more money from your podcast regardless on how much you have already. So it's like extra money. Hello, who doesn't like free money? And then, it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one spot. So whenever you can, just download the free Anchor app at, your iTunes store, your Apple store, or your Google Play store, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thanks, y'all. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. Living life, living large, doing the usual stuff. Today is a different day, and we're all gonna working together and chilling. Like, yay! Something like that. So I've been thinking about this long for this kind of question or what kind of topic I wanted to do today, but I kind of wanted to understand what exactly got you started into making your podcast. What exactly got you started into, what was your inspiration or who was your inspiration kind of thing? You understand what I say? Yeah. Hello. We have, girl, I'm going to butcher your name and I'm not trying to, so please, how do you say
It's okay. It's okay. It's Manima.
Okay. See, I was gonna butcher it by accident because I'm just like, oh my god.
No, you good. You good, girl. I just actually jumped on and I saw your topic, so I got to get on here and say something.
Oh, thank you
No,
so much.
no problem. So you said what got us started?
Yeah, what was your inspiration or who was your inspiration in your life to it got you started to do podcasts or your shows and everything?
Well, our childhood. Make the long story short, lost our dad at a young age. We were around 2 years old. Went through child abuse, the foster care system. It was two different times actually. We were around 10, 11, and the second time we were a teenager. So that did have a big effect on our upbringing. And because of that, we went through a lot of bad relationships. Unfortunately, domestic violence, homelessness. We had 4 kids by the time we were 30. And went through a lot of mental health issues. So, with all that being said, we didn't realize at the time that our story would be able to help someone, but somewhere along the way, that's what we really realized, that we have a testimony, that we have a story, and we can help someone. We
Yeah,
went through a lot of not loving ourselves and not really having a voice, or we felt like we didn't have a voice, rather, and not really taking care of ourselves and ending up in, like we said, bad relationships and, oh wow, just self-sabotage. We just had so much fear and we were holding ourselves back. And flash forward to now, the name of our podcast is the Queen Candy Podcast, and we realized through everything we had gone through that we are strong. That we do have a, that we're not weak and we are a queen, and we tell all women that. And with our show, we just use ourselves. So I guess you could say we're the inspiration. Don't know if that
hey,
makes sense or not, but
that's better than
um,
no kind of inspiration or nothing really, because you guys
yeah.
started from feeling like there was nothing to start from, and then you guys built a beautiful, beautiful. I love your cover art, by the way, too. Oh my
Thank
god.
you, thank you. I don't know if he's still on here. Converse Tees. If y'all go to our Instagram, he's tagged in the post. He actually did this artwork. So yeah,
Okay. Cool.
but
But
yeah, that's
yeah, you guys
pretty
are the
much
inspiration.
all.
Like you inspires yourselves. That's all.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
now we just use our story to help anyone that's going through whatever, and let them
Totally.
know we made it through. You can make it through, and it's hard. Life can be hard. We know this, but as long as you're still breathing and you have a pulse, you matter. You're here for a reason, and we're still going through things now. We're still healing, and that's the whole process. So y'all able to y'all come through and check us out. We just talk about how stupid we were, things we had gone through, and the mistakes we've made, and everything. It happens for a reason. We pretty sure everyone can relate to that, but it all happens for a reason, and you can either let it make you or break you. So
It's
that's
true.
pretty much it.
Very
Yeah.
true. That's awesome though. Not a lot of people can. I feel like it's a very strong thing that you guys did to start it in the beginning, due to the
Oh
fact that
yeah.
you wanted your voices to be heard in the best way possible, and you made it, and you did it, and you're still doing it. So
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
many hats off to you guys. And
Yeah. Yeah. Like we
everything like
said, for a while we
good
didn't
job.
feel like we had a voice. We felt like we were so weak, and now we just like, no, we're not. Our husband, like, he's like, he says like, baby, you're real sweet, but you don't take any mess, and that's where you have to really get to. Like, when you spend so much time worrying about what people think, and what they're gonna say and what they're gonna do, it can take a lot, out of you, like, really, and you don't even realize it, especially women. You never really realize how far your life can get, like, off track before it's too late. And going through what we went through, it's just like this.
Oh no, it went on mute. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta do something different.
Yeah. I can understand the whole domestic violence. I can understand the whole just bull honky dookery.
Oh yeah.
The honky the bull shenanigans, basically, of it all.
Pretty much.
Of all the domestic violence and all the pain and heartache of a lot of different things, and just not, or feeling like there is no, you have no voice and everything like that. Like, I understand that too. Like, there's a lot of people on here that would understand that as well, and I thank you for coming up here and sharing that part, because it shows me even more that I already knew this community was awesome, but it shows me even more that there's still a lot of awesomeness people on here too. So
There
thank you.
is. No problem. Thank you. There are, and we met some great people on here as well. But ladies, we know being a little girl, it can saying what we saw, if anyone can relate at all, but saying what we saw domestic violence as a little girl. So, in our head, we thought it was normal. So that's part of the reason why we went through what we went through, but we had to learn, unfortunately the hard way, but we still learned that that's not healthy. And
No, at all.
no, it's not. And being married now, our husband is the best. He actually helped us he saved our life,
Oh,
to
yay.
sum that up. Yeah, he was the first person, like, and this is not us just saying it, but he actually was the first person that really He didn't care about just having sex. He didn't care about just, business, making a business move. He actually was like, I'm going to help save your life, because he knew a lot of what we went through. We actually knew each other about a year before we got married.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we didn't just jump into a relationship. So he actually knew what we were going through, very well. And he was like the first person that actually cared. And you don't find that, especially nowadays. You don't find that.
I can relate to that part. Thank you for that part too. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy.
Are you married?
You don't find that. You really don't find people like that, especially men, or men. But really, like, it could be anybody that you don't find like that. Everybody is just, there for something and then they're gone, or they're there to hurt. But I
Oh,
found
yeah.
some amazing, trustworthy, confident people on here, and it's brought out my confidence it's brought out my voice on here,
Yeah.
and I like it. And I meet awesome people like you. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out. Manima, right?
Yeah, you got
Yes.
it. Yeah. There you
Yes.
go.
Oh Lord.
But
Lord.
we our favorite part was like really finding our voice. And that was
Yes.
something we struggled with, oh wow, for so long. We were so afraid to speak up and just stand up for ourselves. And every time, and we've always been different, like a little weird, guess you can say that, but we're okay with it now. But whenever
Weird is
somebody would
okay.
say,
I like.
yeah, it's different, it's
Yeah, who
why
wants to
we
be
like it.
normal?
Yeah, and that's glad you said that, because that's how we thought we had to be. But like, now we want to stand out. Even with our show, it's not like a lot of people's shows. And we're still in the beginning. We've been in about 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years now. But even that, we've always wanted to stand out now. So it's like when people do connect with us, they'll know they're getting something different. And not to say we're better than anybody, by any means, we're not, but we just really feel like we can bring something different to the table, with our show. We're definitely looking to interview people, so we definitely looking to connect, and we want to hear other people's stories as well, because we know we're not the only one out there,
Yeah.
yeah, still
I,
healing.
I,
And
I would like to do.
yeah.
I'd like to come on your show one day.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of our social media is on our page, so you can just follow us. Wait, you can send a message on here. I think that's something new. But just message us, yeah, and we'll set something up. Yeah,
Cool bananas. I like it.
yeah,
I like
definitely.
it. That's what you call awesomeness.
This is
I made up that word like a long time ago, and it's stuck with me since then. And then I've decided to make it a tattoo, like all down going down my arm.
look,
Maybe
we do the same thing. Like we said, we're okay with it, but we're so weird and different now, and we love our husband's the same way. So we love that he's like the male version of us. You know what I'm saying?
oh yay.
Like, we laugh and
That's awesome.
yeah, I ain't never been in no relationship like this. We laugh and we clown on each other, and nobody gets offended. Nobody gets
Thing.
upset. We can just make jokes about each other because we're around each other 24/7. So it's like
Uh,
he's
yeah.
in every way. He's the male version of us. Like,
Oh
it's
yay.
so much fun. It's
I love
I
it.
I, I can't put it no other way. That's that's it.
It is a-okay. It is
Yeah,
a-okay.
it's
I
great.
completely understand what you talking about or what you saying on it.
Yeah,
I know everybody here understands it too because they feel
oh
the same
yeah,
way about it. They probably feel the same way about their partners in crime and whatnot.
yeah.
Call it
And
partner in crime, Bonnie and Clyde.
yeah, we kind of, well, we've been compared to Cookie and Lucius from Empire. because we do a record label together. We do music, and I do my podcast, and he's a guest on it, every now and then. So he's very supportive, and
That's
everybody,
good.
y'all like Cookie and Lucius, and we like, huh? And I love Empire. I watched every show, but and he was actually on it. My husband, he was actually on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember the episode. Oh wow,
I
when
haven't really
every
seen Empire yet,
okay, gotcha, okay,
but I haven't been able to watch much TV lately, so
gotcha.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there again. We're gonna get there again sometime soon.
Okay, no problem. So whenever you do,
Yes.
I don't know what season it is, but he showed me the video. So this is actually him, y'all. The one think where they found Lucius's mother, and think his thirsty. He went to see in the home, and he walks by someone. He's like, "What's up?" That's our husband he's speaking to. Because our husband gives him a nod back, and he walks out the room. He's dressed in like all black. He's light skinned. So if y'all ever see that,
Okay.
that's him. I'm gonna find the video and put it on my page because nobody
Okay. Cool.
believes me.
Bananas.
It's like, your
You
husband
said
went on
nobody
no
believes.
Empire. Like, come on now. He's been on Empire, Chicago, man, because we live like not far from Chicago. Chicago PD, whole 9 yards. I can
All
show
right. I
y'all the
have seen.
videos for
I've
real.
seen those. I have
Yeah,
seen
he was
those
like an
shows.
extra. He was like an extra on there, but yeah. Oh, wait, we about out of time. Well, yes. I may come back on, but my husband just called, so I'm gonna come back on in a minute. But thank you, to
Do
anyone
you
that's listening.
okay?
Y'all follow, and I go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Central. Thank you, Sarah. I think I followed you already, but I will be back,
Yeah.
y'all.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Manima. Yeah. That was Miss Manima talking about how or what it was that inspired her to start her podcast, her shows, or anything, however it goes for you guys. Yeah, I just want to know, like, I'm on here today just trying to figure out what inspired you to start your shows, your podcasts, your talks. Like, what or who inspires you to uh speak out, basically. In other words, because I believe the reason that we all have these podcasts or shows or anything like that, like the is to, you know, bring out our voice, share our voice, share our stories and everything like that. And without, um, like, I started off on Anchor, but I was hardly putting anything on there because I didn't feel like I, um, I had a voice before. And coming on here and listening to people before actually starting to talk and everything, I realized, like, okay, cool. Like, I'm just getting started, and then I'm like, okay. So then I decided to start reading. I gotta start doing that again, y'all. I'm so sorry again. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting it. I'm getting it together. I'm getting my life together. I promise. When I started doing the reading, that's when everything was, started getting more and more real. And then I met Hakeem, and Hakeem is actually the one who helped me uh bring my voice out more, and or getting to listen into some people's talks, and along the way it was like, okay, cool. And then being on other people's talks, it helped me, figure out what I want to talk about, or what I want to do. And so, yeah, we have speaking of Hakim, we got Hakim Alivokas Alexander coming up. Everybody raise it! Hello.
Well, what did you expect me to do? You said my name on your show, so
Yeah.
I just sit back there. I mean, I can listen, I'd like to listen, but you start calling my name, all right?
Yeah, I was saying how much how you inspired me to bring out my voice more. I appreciate it.
I
Thank you.
I heard what you said.
Oh, okay. My bad, bro. My
Nah, I
bad,
mean,
man.
you have the voice. You have the voice. All I did was just give you somebody else to talk to. You know, you already had everything that's there. I just had a conversation. You weren't really doing too much talking to yourself. So I was like, hey, just talk to me. And you made it. You know, you just got to put all that stuff out. That's all you, Sarah. That's all you. You have the
I
voice. So.
I just appreciate how I just appreciate everything that you know we that you've helped me with to bring it out.
We've been on a journey together. You've helped me just as much because you have helped me to be patient, to be more kind, to be more loving, to be more gentle. And you've taught me so much about writing and about literature and about storytelling and about composition. I mean, you're a master writer. The 4 stories that I've already seen from you so far and the various poems and your reading and your passion. I mean, you have phenomenal talent, and I'm just very glad to be your friend and to be working together with you. And there's so much more coming. There's so much more stuff coming, right?
Yes.
So
Sorry.
we're going to be working closer together and building a lot of stuff out. So I mean, I definitely appreciate you. It's all reciprocal. I mean, you're magnificent. You're a very amazing person, and so it's
You are as
it's
well.
it's not just a one-sided thing. So just so you know that. And
So
to answer
we,
your question now, instead of
I was,
pouring all,
I was about to say, while you're up here, why don't you answer the question? Why don't we
yeah, I mean,
beat me to it? You beat
what
me.
what got me started with my podcast show, etc. So, um, my podcasts now are really an extension, a continuation of when I first started being a guest on podcasts back in 2007, when a woman named Shandi Devi, she's a tantric yoga practitioner, and she had a show called Karma Cafe on Blog Talk Radio, and she uh, added me to her show. She asked me to be a guest because I knew her daughter. Her daughter was a yoga student, and I was teaching yoga. And anyway, you know how that goes. People meet each other in these yoga circles, and I eventually ended up being on the show. And that, I mean, I really got a taste for it. But I had already been doing it before. But that's when I really got the taste of other people interviewing me,
Mm.
and I was really able to. And they gave me 2 hours to talk. I mean, I would just sit there, and they would just talk to me for 2 hours. So, but it really started before that. When I was younger, I would, whenever I could get any recorded medium. So, my dad was a tinkerer and a handyman and a Mr. Fix It, and so he would always have like old stereos and this and that. And every once in a while, we'd get a little hand me down from something he found and fixed and put together, or something that was totally intact, but he just had to. And so we take that and some old cassette tapes, and I would just record my voice talking. And I remember hearing my voice and just thinking, wow, it sounds so interesting. And I just continued doing that. And then fast forward to 2014, I started working as an on-air talent and a producer for an FM radio station. I think it was 97.3 or 93.7. I don't remember right now, in Los Angeles, California. And I worked there for 6 months. Um, Not really worked there. I mean, I was a producer and on-air talent, so I had to get my own advertisers and shows. But because of that, because there were big advertisers like Coca-Cola and like Trojan condoms and stuff like that, there was a lot of censorship, especially as FM radio. And so after a while, I just didn't want to do it anymore. And so I very quickly researched and learned about and podcasting. And so um, then I found Spreaker, which I'm glad that I did, because in my opinion, they've made it the simplest and the quickest for me to turn around and monetize my podcast. I mean, ever since I turned on monetization, I was making money right away. So, um, enough to cover the cost of my podcast, and so and so I've been with them ever since 2014. But interestingly enough, Spreaker, the company I'm with now, they are owned by iHeartRadio. So, if anybody's been with iHeart, like I had been using iHeart before, and then before that, they actually own Blog Talk Radio, which is the first podcasting network that I was on. And I don't even know if they call it. It was like live talk. It was talk radio. They called it Blog Talk Radio, which was very appropriate. It was awesome. It was Blog Talk Radio. It was talk radio. So it was a talk radio format very similar to this, but it was, the application was different. You actually called in from the phone, but people could listen online. So it was a blend. It was online. It was internet radio, basically. I don't know. It was just such a cool thing. It was an internet call-in radio. Blog Talk Radio was the most appropriate name for it, though. So that's how I got. And then my inspiration was just people everywhere, all over. I just really got into researching and exploring people like you, like how I found you. You were on here, and you were talking about, you were reading Edgar Allan Poe. I'm like, what word? Let me find more about who this is. Talking about, I haven't heard anybody speaking about that poet or that literary genre for quite a long time. So to hear somebody into that was very refreshing, especially since I still dwell in those dark areas of the psyche, and I write like that. So it was just very cool to hear that. And that's what my inspiration is. My inspiration is people like you who have talent and are passionate and just and I have a great story to tell.
My heart is full. I'm not being sarcastic either.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, I think you're pretty awesome. So.
Hey.
And yeah, man, I'm gonna be at the dojo today, and then over at Central 111. So be working. I haven't had It's cool. I worked 2 extra days. I worked on both my days off, but that's cool. That's that extra money that we can put into the business,
Awesome. Sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. That's it. I mean, today I feel kind of boring. I've been on everybody's show, and I think they think that today I'm supposed to be like so dynamic and everything like that, but I'm just so flat. Like the past week, I've just been like so flat. Just like every once in a while I wake up a little bit, but it's good.
Wake up on a Saturday night.
We'll be getting some rest soon and work it out, but for now, it's all good. So.
Yes, all good.
Right, well,
all
I'll be listening.
Key.
Yeah, I'll be listening in, and y'all who are listening out there in Wisdom World and the Halls of Wisdom, please, if you're not already, follow Miss Sarah Del Valle. We're going to be resuming soon, hopefully in the next couple of days or so, right? Story Time with Izzy.
Yes.
So this is the show Story Time with Izzy, and I'm her co-host on there. She's also a World Reading Club certified literary expert. Actually, she's an Edgar Allan Poe certified literary expert with World Reading Club, and we read together mostly Edgar Allan Poe, but also some other stuff that's really cool. My favorite recently is Socrates' Publicist. That one really stuck with me.
That was by the This Is a Book.
Yes, this is a book. So keep them coming, y'all. Anyway, Miss Del Valle, keep me posted on your journey. You know what I'm talking about, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'll be listening in.
Yes.
All right, love you later.
Love you later. Thank you.
Mwah.
Mwah. Much love and respect to you. Yay. It always makes me happy knowing that I was part of an inspiration. Yes. Okay, I was being selfish for a second, but yeah. Bragging rights for a moment. We have Miss Manima coming back up. Yeah. Part of the Queen Conde.
That was so
Good morning.
nice. I was listening. That was so sweet.
Yes.
It was. That was nice.
That's my co-host moderator Hakeem. One of my best friends. That's my my what is it called? My right hand man, my
Gotcha.
my partner in crime. There we go.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can link up with them as well. Cause yeah, that was very nice. It's good to have somebody to inspire you and help you through your whole process, because I have that as well. Like I said, my husband and my other family, if you will, that I'm
Yeah.
connected with. They're such a big support with everything, and they're always giving advice. So they've actually helped my show. Honestly, I don't even know if they know, but they've actually helped my show. But yeah, it's been
No,
great.
they probably don't know just yet.
They will though. They will.
Yes, they most definitely will. Yeah, he's part of my inspiration because he's helped me what is it called? He's helped me like bring my voice out more than what it
Yeah.
was, and it all
Is that
started with
something?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, it all started with the Edgar Allan Poe peoples.
Okay. Is
Yes.
that something you struggle with, finding your voice?
It was a struggle in the beginning because before, like I started off on Anchor, and I still have my Anchor,
Uh-huh.
podcast. Um, it's called Issa's Babbles, but I haven't really
Okay.
babbled on it yet lately. So,
Gotcha.
but
Okay.
I go on there. It's basically just like random talk or anything like that, like whatever I feel that day or that moment. But mainly it's my story times that I have on here, and the story time with Izzy is kind of like uh, me reading different stories from Edgar Allan Poe or poems from him or just something from somewhere that I like from a book that I love to or I love that I've seen already, and I'll just pick a random story or anything like that. Like my little green book, I missed that one though. I do miss my little green book because it has some weird stories in there.
Yeah.
I loved reading out of there, but I can't. I don't have it now. So.
Yeah. I actually do poetry as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, been writing since the age of 16. So actually, I have music out there right now. But yeah, I actually write my own music. I do poetry. I love it. I absolutely love it. And
It's like a nice time set time what is it called?
for
Um
me, it's an outlet.
that
Uh,
one.
a, yeah, a constructive, outlet.
What
Um,
I was trying to say. Okay.
oh no, you're fine. You're fine. No matter what mood you in, like you happy, sad, angry, whatever, depressed, it really helps you instead of lashing out at people and keeping
Yeah.
all those emotions bottled up inside. It actually helps. Well, it helps me. I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm pretty sure it can help them as well, along with um our show. In a weird way, it kind of does help as well. We know we're helping other people, but it helps us as well.
Yeah.
Um, doing our show. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but
It
yeah,
does.
yeah,
Because regardless on anything else, like your show, like you're speaking it out, you're doing what you can to you're letting out your fuses.
right,
There we go. That's a cool way to put it.
yeah. That's a good word. Um,
Yeah, you're letting out the fuses of that you've been that's been sparking up but hasn't been starting up.
that's true. That's so true. And
Yeah, I like that
I
wordplay right
used
there.
say it again.
I like that little wordplay right there.
Yeah, that was perfect. Like, and instead of like, how you lash out at people when you holding all that anger and stuff in, and
Yes. Yeah.
man, I love it because, and even right now, we're still going through a transition, me and my husband, but you know, he does it, and he's taught me how to produce. So we make our own music as well. So that's another way we have an outlet. We write, do our show. It's and we get it. And some people feel like there's no other way, to really show that, or just to say like, I'm having a hard time, or I'm going through and I don't really know how to say it. So
Yeah.
we understand. We already do, but you know, we can say to anyone that's listening, if you are going through that, find something constructive and positive. And we don't care. It doesn't have to be writing. It ain't gotta be music. It can be painting,
Oh
meditating,
yes.
whatever.
Yes. Ooh.
Whatever you feel. So it doesn't have to be music or writing. So whatever you do, we don't care. You can take a
I do
walk.
it different
We
ways
don't even
too.
care.
I do it in different ways. I do painting, drawing, writing, reading, all of it.
Oh, you gotta
Talking.
show me. You paint?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta show me, because that's something I always want to do. I'm doing like sewing. I practice on the guitar. I'm learning how to play the
Ooh.
guitar.
I
But
know to play
yeah,
piano.
I've always wanted to paint. Can you help me?
Yes. Most
Thank you.
definitively. I love to
Please.
paint. Man, I love to paint. Oh, trust and believe. That's one of the things that I love to do. I like to paint. See when I was staying with my at my parents' house, I was painting the wall inside the room.
Oh.
I wasn't I wasn't supposed to, but it was my only way to get, express my own self, I guess, to make it my world and my portal, however it's called, dimensions. And I had something on there and I called it it's still on there. I called it bagels, donuts, and cream cheese,
Oh, that's
or
cute.
donuts, bagels, and cream cheese. Yeah, because it looks like bagels, donuts, and cream cheese spread.
So what do you paint? What's your inspiration? Now I'm in to take over, but I'm just curious.
Oh no, you're good. Uh, see anything really.
Okay.
I love doing Zentangle patterns, like those little patterns that you could put inside of a picture to make it a cooler picture and make
Yeah.
it more 3D and everything. Yeah, I like doing those.
Yeah.
And I like painting. I can't I can't really draw or paint like people or animals, but I just do shapes. I like to do shapes, so I'm abstractive.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, right? I like to do
Yeah.
trees
You know what I
and then
love, and I've seen it on YouTube. I love the optical illusion. Have you seen those?
yeah,
Yeah.
I like doing those too, but I haven't really done any like that
Yeah.
recently. I had a canvas that I did at the Paradox or Paradigm, however it's called,
Uh
and it
huh.
was like it was a square going down into the hole and whatnot, and it was kind of cool when you looked at it in a black light too. And
Oh.
oh my
Yeah.
god, but that thing got left at the Devil in Disguise's house, so I just left it
Oh.
alone.
Gotcha. Yeah, I love those. I watch them on YouTube all the time. And y'all go on YouTube, y'all. Y'all look that up. Really, it's.
I
I
used
used to
to see
watch it.
I used to
Yeah,
do
it's.
drugs
I
and
think it was
uh,
one. Dang it, which one was it? I think it was like, what's the first thing that you see when you look at the picture or
oh
something?
yeah, like either a
Yeah.
bunny or a face. Only
Right.
50
Uh huh.
faces you see and all that stuff.
Yep. I
Yeah.
love. I love those.
I used to do drugs, and one of the drugs that I did was like the acid. And when I did acid, I used to turn on YouTube and go onto the optical illusion stuff. Oh my God, that was
Oh,
very
wow.
terrible. That
Well,
was very
same here. I was on drugs too a few years ago.
yeah.
It's
I
hard.
stopped everything this year, so
That's good.
yay,
That's good.
rocking
Yeah.
it. Still rocking, still going. But
Well,
yeah, that's But I wouldn't mind showing you the painting process. Yes.
yes,
All you
thank
need
you.
is paints, your paintbrushes, and your canvas.
I actually looked that up. I looked up all the paintbrushes and stuff I'm gonna need, but I was like, You have no clue how to paint at
See,
all.
that is one of the problems with me is that I don't know which one to use, so I just use whatever comes into my hand.
You know, that's actually this just my opinion, but that's actually the best way. Because,
Yeah,
you can do all the research, but, different things work for different people. So, what worked for you may be different for us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But,
All you gotta do is just grab a bucket, fill it with paint brushes, and then don't look, just randomly scatter it in there, and then grab
yeah,
one and then pull it out. It's kind of like drawing a name out of a hat. There
yeah,
you
and
go.
you just get
Same thing with
started.
the colors. Same thing with the colors. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to draw. So guess that would be along the lines of painting, but yeah, we used to draw all the time, and that's what kind of made us want to get into it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a fun thing to do. Like I love to do it. It's a it's a it's a release too for stress, and it's a you can make pretty pictures out of your stress.
Mhm.
Completely cool pictures, like pictures that you've never actually thought that you knew how to draw, kind of thing. That makes me
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah. Ironically,
I painted
um,
recently painted a tree and a minion. Well, that
a
was
million. Ah,
yeah. I had a little minion.
I love them. I love all the
Well,
movies.
I had two minions, but I gave one to the person that has my little green book. I gave one to
Yeah.
her, and I did a dinosaur. I have a dinosaur though, a dinosaur block. I made a dinosaur on it, a little T Rex.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I
that's
called
nice.
I called him I called him Little Rex Junior.
Oh, that's cute.
Because he's so tiny and adorable, and I'm like, oh.
Oh,
See, I know how to do cartoons. I can do cartoons. That's about it. But I can't do people or or animal. Just
like what
not
what
really.
other cartoons can you do? Like real fast.
Um, like little dinosaur. I can do little dinosaurs and little minions. I can do characters from cartoons. Like
Okay.
I can do Tom and Jerry kind of thing. Like I can do the cartoons and then I can do the characters. I just have to. It takes me a minute. It takes me a
Yeah.
long minute.
Well, yeah, with
Yeah.
them, yeah, I can understand that. So yeah,
Whew, Lord have
I
mercy.
understand that. I'm still trying to get past the stick figures because I ain't got there yet with the full people, but it's a
Girl, I got
process.
you. I got you. Just we can do a little video call one day and I can show you from there. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Bam, bam.
Just go to my page and you can go to my Instagram. I think. Well, I don't know if you can see the messages here, but just matter of fact, just go to my Instagram and we'll
I got
yeah,
you.
yeah, we can connect that way because I don't know if you can see the messages on here, like if you're not on. But
Yeah, I, I think as long as we're following each other, we're good. We're straight. We can message each
okay.
other. So yeah, I'm following you, and I saw you were following me. Yay!
Okay, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Let's do that because I am all 3 days a week. I do work, but I am all 3 days a week, so we can get that together as well and do a video chat. So yeah, we can definitely do that. Absolutely.
You can help me with my Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, we can give a couple little tidbits on that.
I love that movie. That's my favorite movie of all time in this whole entire world.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think we about to run out again. I'm not doing nothing right now, so I may come back on. So we'll see. But I just love your topic, so I was like, yeah, let
Oh,
me
thank
get
you.
on and let everybody know. Look, if y'all not doing a podcast and you're interested, do it. It will be worth it.
Yes, it is completely worth it. Like, share your voice, give the voice out, give your voice out.
Yeah, you
Share,
never
share
know.
what makes you. Bam.
Right. You never know who you can help, y'all. But like we said, we'll
Exactly.
still be listening, so we'll probably jump back on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Mwah. Yee. So yes. Um, wow. Yay. So happy. Joy is in my heart right now. Boom, boom. Yes, yes, yes. But if anybody else wants to come on here and explain what inspired you, who inspired you, how you got started, what made you get started, and everything, bam. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. Come on and explain your story. Yes. Excuse me. All right, there we go. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I I am a storyteller. I love to read stories and I love reading books and I love, learning from books and everything. But the one thing I love about books is the smell. I know that sounds a little different and weird, but I know a lot of people on here, they just love the smell of the books. You open it up and, you know, man, I can't, I go into a library and all I do is just, I open a book, especially if I know that it's an old book, like, one of those older books. Because the newer books, I feel like, they have a different smell, you know? I liked, I like the older books, the ones that, has been there for ages, that have dust on it probably. Just dust off the dust a little bit and then open it up and then just sniff the pages. I know that sounds weird. That makes me sound weird, but I don't give a flying dippery doodah. I love the smell of books and pages. That's my favorite smell of this entire world and a person. Yeah. If a person smells good, I'm a I'm gonna let you know, guys. I'm a smeller. I like to make sure that if I'm hugging you, you smell okay. If you don't smell okay, I'll let you know. Cause yeah, if you don't smell okay, I'm gonna be like, look, you might want to put some cologne or some perfume, or put some deodorant or something. I don't know. However you feel is better for you. That's just how I am. If it offends you, I'm so 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 sorry. That's just how I've always been in my, you know, growing up. But our family is a family of smelling, of sniffing. I guess I don't know. Like my sister, she sniffs her food before she eats it. Every bite. My brother, one of my brothers, he sniffs his food before he eats it too. I don't know what the other one sniffs, if he even does that. Um, I sniff books and people, make sure that it smells okay. Well, I sniff anything that comes near my nose, really, because if it stinks, no, bye. Be like, I can love you all the way from right here, and that's it. That's it, bro. Right here. Oh man, but yeah, I appreciate Hakeem coming up and Miss Manima coming up. I appreciate you both for explaining or sharing your stories and how you started and how what got you to speak out and share your voice and share what you experienced and everything like that. Like it's a an eye opener in all forms for me, I guess. In other words, but yes, um, I have dwindled on my story time with Izzy, and I have to get back on that. I am going to get back on it this before the week is out. I promise. I know I keep saying that it's gonna be today or tomorrow, but I can't keep saying that part anymore because I never know if I'm gonna have time today or tomorrow or whatnot. But I know probably like later on tonight or I'm in the middle of a journey. I'm in the middle of a travel journey, I guess. And I'm sitting in front of uh I'm sitting in the truck in front of my uh well in a cemetery and I'm doing all this and everything like that and speaking on here while I'm sitting here because I'm in the moving mode, but at the same time, right now it's kind of like I'm trying to uh tell myself that I'm gonna be back, and I'm trying to tell I'm okay. Basically, I'm just sitting in front of my late son's area because he's all the way in the back from where I'm at right now, and I didn't feel like standing outside any longer than I did because it was starting to get a little humidity out there. But I wanted to come on here and see and ask this question and talk a little bit and see how you started it so you know I can get I can get more inspiration from you guys because you guys inspire me to you guys inspire these questions to come out of me. And I love it. And yeah, uh I've already done my crying for the day. So I'm not gonna end up crying again. But I'm going to if nobody else wants to come on here. We have Darlene Anderson. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Hope you are well. Good morning again. Hi,
How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. How are
How
you
are
doing?
you? I'm blessed. We're blessed to be where we are
Yes,
at
yes,
this moment in time simply because we're here to make a difference. And that's just real. And,
yes,
just asking what got you started on your podcast, whatever, and where is your inspiration in life? And what are we challenged with as a people, as a nation? And as you can understand, I think the biggest challenge is states' rights. It's unfortunate, as we are all Americans. And it doesn't matter what kind of American you are, you're just an American citizen. And the citizen, that word, is the key. So what are we doing in the realm of participating in the public services that we all pay for to ensure adequacy and equity is happening for the people all around us? But if you see a specific subgroup of people and they are not making it, we really need to think that we perhaps should reevaluate and reassess what's happening in our local communities, because we just never know what tomorrow's going to bring. And I've seen so many instances. Like there was something happened here in Las Vegas where a young man stole a car and there were two children in there. And the 9-year-old and the one, I think 18-month-old, or it was under a year, whatever, were in the car. And the mother was in the gas station or something at the machine. Because, this is
He just
Vegas.
took the car.
The kid, yeah, he stole the car. She tried to stop it, took the car. And then the children, the daughter that was 9, she begged for him to let them go. And he let them go. And she ran 9 blocks back to the gas station where he had taken the car. But eventually the universe wasn't kind to him. He kind of lost control, hit a car, and then he went to jail. But this is what I'm going to say. We have to understand that we live in a community where we have to build capacity for what is needed. You understand what I'm saying? Child care, public, and where public education is really manifesting in a great way, meaning that our country is being sustained by the people that we're educating, and that we're creating people who have, vision. Because let's look where we are right now. Let's understand we have homeless people, homeless seniors on the street of Las Vegas. We have so many homeless youth, and they're just dropping out of public school. But let's just look at public school for 1 minute, because the children are broken. What's happening that the children would commit mass murder? And up there in Michigan, let's just understand that young man, he had a tough day, but he had a meeting with the principal and his parents. He went home, got a gun, and he shot the offended people that offended him. And I'm saying, seriously? Where was the conversation? Where was the capacity of creating a communication session, basically. Let's talk it out. Let's air our grievances. Let's understand that we are all Americans. But what are we really working towards? I ask myself this question as we have turned into the plantation, still no changes. We're harvesting young people and they don't know how to behave. And then we're writing the regulatory guidance for the states to say that these children should be able to have some mental health services. So we're going to throw a lot of money over there, but we're really not going to make a difference. I think what we have to do is analyze what's happened in the past 40 years or so. As I'm 64, 40 years is real. And so over the last 30, I can say that we've reversed as a nation in educating the people. But when you look at other countries, it's amazing what they're doing with the people. And the people are all functioning. But why are we functioning with all of this dysfunction? Because certain people are just given blessings. And here in Nevada, where they have Adam Laxalt and Sheriff Joe Lombardo and Mark Robertson, and these are all staunch Republicans, but I'm going to say that what they were doing when they were in power was creating opportunity for their children and their families, and removing the opportunity for the children who are in the higher poverty neighborhoods. I mean, they may have gotten it, they may have not, but the real deal is that the services are not happening there. And when the federal government only gives states funding for free and reduced lunch children who are bilingual, children who are special education, then you go to your Department of Education and you want to know how are those programs working. And the problem is that they're not working. And the war on drugs was war on drugs, but that was war on marijuana, because it was easily grown and people could have some other financial resources, and they took that opportunity when they didn't get the opportunity in the public school. But there's other opportunities of people making money, like selling CDs or burning CDs. I mean, it's a skill. They learn how to do it. They're making a few dollars, and it's okay. But it's not okay for certain business people who would like to continue to make the level of money without you marketing free shit or single cigarettes on outside their store. But come on, everybody can't afford the whole pack of cigarettes, especially now they're $7. But
Oh my God, yes. In certain
I'm
places,
so
they're like up to 11.
yes, and I'm saying, and here in the casinos, honey, they might be 20. But it's a habit. But you have to understand the habit and how the habit was created. Let's just look at these cigarette manufacturing companies that alter the nicotine and are able to figure out ways to keep you coming back buying the cigarette. And believe me, when I was a smoker, every day by 5 o'clock I had a cigarette. I had to have a cigarette every day by 5 o'clock. Because then I was sitting on the back
I used
porch
to
and,
smoke cigarettes too.
huh?
I used to
You
smoke
said?
cigarettes too, but I had to stop it.
But you see how difficult it was.
Oh God, yes.
It's just riddled. Nicotine is craving. It's an addiction, and your body just craves it so hard. And it was difficult for me to quit smoking, but then I had bought these vitamins called Equinox Stop Smoking Nutrition. And I said, one day I'm going to quit smoking. So I carried those around for like 20 years. It seemed like, I don't know, I had them for a long time. I just didn't take them. And then we went to a graduation. My nephew graduated at Dillard University in the South, New Orleans. And so we drove. And it was amazing because it was our whole family. We had 3 vans, and we just drove from California to New Orleans. And everybody complained because I had to have a smoke. And it was just a long trip because I had to smoke. And everybody talked about my ass. It was more than a pee break. It was a smoking break. So I had to crash and do everything I had to do while, when the car stopped. But then I started taking those vitamins during the trip. But by the time I got home, the addiction was over. And I'm saying, even if they know what cures smoking, they all want to make the money on that. And I'm saying it's just like everything. We all have to have gasoline. They know it. But I want to promise you, in Italy, gas was like $15 a gallon. Some 20 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? And in Europe, the gas is higher. But they have more access to revenue, I guess. And here, in order for the gasoline to go up higher, if you go to a foreign country, it's just different. And everything is different. And they have different rules, but somehow when you come to America, there's no rules for the people who come here. But if they want to become a citizen, they have to follow the process. And when they become citizens, know this: things were not the same in the countries that they came from. And things just didn't operate the same. And so when they get here, they find out how the rules are all operating. They do all this lobbying. Then pretty soon you see them sitting on the city councils. You see them participating in the public policy or the organization of public services. Then ask yourself, what's wrong with us as Americans as we fight this black and white rage? You understand what I'm saying? Because people used to be able to rule over a certain class of people, and that went away. But they've kept on figuring out how to get back into the position. And the struggle is making America great again. Well, who was it great for when we had slaves? It just wasn't great for everybody. And I can honestly say that, I probably wouldn't have never made it this far if I was born earlier, because I know who I am. I'm just a rebel at heart. You understand what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
you have to be able to engage where you live. You have to know how many children are going to be eligible for this early head start that the Biden-Harris administration would like to start. And because they're going to focus on 3-year-olds. And every city, town, state, county has 1 year to develop a functioning program that encompasses children up to 3 years old. So that's just to put the federal government's footprint in your lives, because they're there and you don't understand the power and the capacity in which they were given the authority over you, simply because states' rights says that you have to put your kid in a school and you have to get them every day. And there's certain behaviors that you have to do. But if you're incapable of doing that, or you're homeless, well, they might see you as incompetent. And they have this habit of taking children. And we have so many children in the foster care system. But know this: most of the elected officials have foster care children. And they're still receiving financial resources to take care of them, even if they adopt them. Now, what happened to the poor-ass parent who lost that resource, that revenue? You understand what I'm saying? Didn't even qualify for it because those resources were not allowed or in line for you. So, this is just real. It's real. How far have we got down the rabbit hole?
Pretty far.
But Sarah, what state are you in?
I'm in Georgia right now.
Oh, wonderful. So you're right there with Val Demings and what's his name? Raphael Warnock. And who's running against Raphael? Oh, Herschel Walker. Oh, Mr. Herschel. Mm-hmm. Show was out there getting this, and he was getting as much pussy as he could when he was on the football field, don't you? You know that, right? And so he's up there and he's doing, because he's now getting a chance to be back in the limelight where he was not. And everybody's supporting him because he ain't representing people who look like us, poor people. He's representing people who have money. And that's just real. And they would like to continue into what they're doing because, a lot of the schools, just like in Atlanta or Georgia, like in every major state, city, town, or county, are just not making it. The children aren't making it. So what are we doing with those children? Well, we've created this prison industrial complex now. It sounds wonderful, but it probably is not. And we put people in the penitentiary, and we hope that they get some kind of remaking. But that just never happens. You're just stuck for life. Just like if you don't get out of high school with a high school diploma, well, hell, what you gonna do? And therein lies our conundrum. We just stuck. And I think as American citizens, we've just been bamboozled. Because if we work together, we can change anything. Si se puede, yes we can. We all know that Obama got back in the we would have put Obama back in the White House if he could have did another term. I think we all had confidence that change was happening. But the reason that you and I are here today is because of Barack Obama. Note that. He had to change some things in the world of, technology so that we could still communicate, because they were trying to eliminate that factor too. And you just have to understand that in America, You are an American first. It has nothing to do with any other thing. And this podcasting, well, I'm thinking I'm liking these $25 that I'm earning. And it comes out to be about $25 a month if you get on your job and you keep on talking and you keep on sharing knowledge. You're going to make a few dollars. But more than that, we're going to build some foundation for the people who have perhaps never talked to anybody, who lived in their little box and who didn't venture out, but now have an opportunity to understand what's going on out here in America, because we have an opportunity to have a beautiful life, you know. Was that well, Beyonce has that new song? What she say? She gonna fuck it up, and the song is all about her taking charge, her doing what she wants to do, and knowing who she is. And so, and then on the radio version, it's gonna clip it up or whatever. But the kids are listening to the fuck it up. You know, they're using the words. They're dancing to the beat, and they understand what the message was. But do
Yeah.
we? You understand? So you have a
Yeah.
blessed day. Keep on doing the work and keep on being yourself. Just stay blessed and highly favored. You have a blessed day. Thank you for letting me
I
talk.
appreciate I appreciate you coming up here. Thank you so very much. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Is that really her new song? Like fuck it up? What? That's a song? Okay, I gotta do some research. But yeah, um, it's a it's a world we live in, y'all. It's a world we live in, and we're all just a part of it. We're all just a part of this generation and this world and this just we all walk in the same areas. We all walk on the same grounds and everything like that. So, but I want to thank you, Mr. Arlene. I want to thank Mr. Hakeem. I want to thank Miss Minima. And I appreciate everybody that came in and listened and just, enjoyed this talk with me and with everybody else on here. So I'm going to go down my list and say hello to everybody. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Hello to at Shalom with dashes. I cannot say your name, Ruben Chick. That's the best I can do right there for that part. I can't say the first part. I'm sorry. um, hello to you. Hello, Rosemary. Bonin, mm, Bone. All right. Bone and Beretta. E-Bars, Andrea, Raquel. Hey, girl. Ismail, Frankie J, Sean James, Jamil Grant, Radio Razim, Kelly Swinson, John Bush, Dr. Leland, Katie Thompson, Maria Fuentes, Arnold Von Buren, Darlene Anderson, hello again, Will Morales, Manima Muhammad, Jason B, Dr. Marie, Soulful, Renee Coffee, Table Talk, Lois Hampson, I'm so sorry, Lois Hampson, Shannon Black, Asan Dagger, Nicole Rolla, Sharita Berry, Kim Bowman, Jay Stone, Felicia K, hey boo boo, David Robert Farmery, Marianne Baker, Cecilia Grace, Miss Kudos, hello to you, Taryn Thompson, Space Luchador, Yvette Lewis, Adam Repley, Shirley Ann Felder, Tommy Truman, Portia Aubrey, Jade Orion, Cranky and Rand. That's cool. Brittany Moon, Brian Huff, Mark Kerwin, Julie the Modern Pilgrim, Tanisha Ronay, Soleil, I believe that's how you say it. Kim Alexandra Espinas, J.D. Stevens, Stacy Wiseman, Daniel Speller, Maria Humphreys, hey, Jaron Finney, Sonia Sundara, Isaac Amans, Lavius, Carletta Carey, hello, how you doing? Hey, Sissy Bobo. Urban Contrarian, Chris Wilson, Milt Walker, Dr. Timothy Hart, Amber Rose, Hakeem Ali Bokas Alexander, Laura Giles, Andrew Johnson, Tiffany Rose, Dr. Rao, Salty Coffee Podcast, Greg's Take, Kinara Phoenix, and Curtis J. Thank you so very much for listening in. Oh, forgot. There came a couple other people in here. Questionable Guide to Life podcast. Okay. Awesome. And Marcianne, thank you so very much for coming in. Thank you for sharing your stories with me for the ones who came up. And thank you for just everything that you guys have went through with me today. And I will be back later on. I'm going to begin finishing my travels or start my travels again. Wish me luck, you guys. Sheesh. Phew. You guys, I'm singing the song. I'm singing the song along the way, like we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. I have Sharky with me. All right, you guys. Love you. Mwah. Kisses. Much love. Hugs. And respect to you guys. Bless. Mwah. Yay!